Buying a car is an important decision in your life. It requires much thought and careful planning, especially if you're considering the idea of buying a used car in Nigeria. Second-hand cars, or tokunbo cars, as they are sometimes called, are usually cheap, readily available, and predominantly come in good condition. This is one of the reasons they are widely accepted by car buyers in Nigeria. Before you buy a used car in Nigeria, there are certain things that you should consider to avoid wasting your money or ending up with a car you would probably regret buying. Here are some tips to guide you when buying a used car in Nigeria. Tip number 1: budget. Buying a car requires additional spending even after you already made a payment for the car. You might need to replace the tires and some of the minor repairs to carry out or fix. You will need to run a regular maintenance check on the car. To make things easier for you, consider the size of your wallet, define your budget, align your budget with your needs, and stick to it in order to be in a safe financial position to cover unexpected repairs. Tip number 2: brand. In the business of buying used cars in Nigeria, it is unarguably true that Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, Nissan, and Mazda are buyers' favorites. As a rule of thumb, it is best to have more than one brand and model in mind, especially as they relate to your needs and your budget for the car. You should be careful and avoid running after all the cheap brands you come across, because while they may be cheap, the cost of maintenance may be outrageous enough to drive you into financial ruin. Tip number 3: prices. The price is a crucial factor in deciding if you will be driving a particular car home or not. In order not to be outdone in the bargaining process, it is best to do your homework before approaching a dealer in used cars. One method that has worked for several buyers of used cars is researching the cost of the brands they have in mind in relation to variables like the degree of damage and the extent of use. Also, some go as far as ascertaining if it was used on Nigerian roads or if it was imported into Nigeria. This gives you an idea of what the range of the selling price should be. Tip number 4: fuel. There are new or used cars that consume a lot of fuel due to the way they were made or their brand, but however, some brands like Toyota don't consume much fuel. In fact, they economize fuel. How much you're going to be spending on fuel should really be considered as a pointer in choosing your car. Tip number 5: roads. The roads in your city, are they good for the new or used car you want to buy? Don't buy a sports car when you know you live in a rural area in Nigeria and the government is yet to tar the roads. SUVs should be considered a top priority if you live in the rural parts of Nigeria and even some urban parts of Nigeria. Tip number 6: return on investment. If you purchase used cars with the aim of selling them later, you might as well consider it an investment rather than a car you are buying because you need one. This means you should focus on buying a used car with a great return on investment. You should stick to cars that have higher resale values like Ford, Honda, and Toyota if you are buying a used car with the plan of reselling it later in the future. Tip number 7: mileage. The mileage of a vehicle is as important as the price and resale value of a used car. Mileage refers to the total miles covered by a vehicle, especially in a given period of time. If a car is manufactured in 2012 and has a mileage of 60,000 by 2017, this would be considered good for you to buy. However, if the same car has a mileage of 110,000 or more, you should avoid buying such a car. A great mileage is always a deal breaker when you are to make a choice between price, resale value, and year of production. Furthermore, when buying a used car in Nigeria, always look out for the mileage while also looking at other parameters you might have listed. The average annual mileage for a car is 12,000. If a car that is on your list of considerations has a mileage of less than 60,000 after 5 years, this is low mileage and it's a good vehicle to purchase, especially if it checks all other boxes in terms of functionality. Tip number 8: dealer. If you are ever going to purchase a used vehicle in Nigeria, you have to be certain that you are buying the car from a reliable dealer who is also trusted by buyers and sellers in Nigeria's automobile space. Make sure you inspect the vehicle thoroughly before you make the final commitment. Interested in buying a car? Contact us today so we can find the best car for you.